Hi, and thank you for watching this video. I'm Mark Steinbrook, co-founder of Skyway Web Design and Marketing, and today I'm joined by Paul Steinbrook, also co-founder of Skyway Web Design and Marketing. Paul, thank you for taking time to talk with me today.
Thanks, Mark. It's good to be with you.
Great. And Paul, on this video and other videos, has shared some of his wisdom and insight on search engine optimization, all different aspects of it. And on this particular video, we are going to talk about the questions that you should ask an SEO company before hiring them. So, Paul, do you have a list of questions that you would suggest that people ask SEO companies before hiring them?
I absolutely do, Mark. Thanks for asking. Yeah, there's a lot that you can learn from and about an SEO company if you know the questions to ask. Some important questions, so you make sure that you hire a good, reputable company and not one that can lead you down the wrong road and end up with some really disastrous results. So let me get to those here. First question I would recommend asking is, what is your mission? This really gives you some insight into their heart, why they're doing what they're doing. If the person has a difficult time answering that question, they may not really know what their mission is, then there's a pretty good chance that they're either in it for the money or maybe they just like technology and like the web and like to do stuff like that. So you really want to make sure that when you choose an SEO company, you choose one that is really committed to your success and passionate about helping organizations like yours. So that's the first question that you can answer or you can ask. Second thing that you can ask is, how long have you been in business? And you want to make sure that you've got someone who's got some experience and has been doing SEO for a while as SEO has changed, because SEO is going to change more in the future. And so if this is a new company that's kind of like they've got their SEO techniques and they're kind of going to ride them out, then you should be wary. You want to have a company that's been at it for a while and has learned how to change as the search engines have changed. And you also probably want to ask things like, how many people do you have on staff? How many people are doing this full time? Because it's possible there have been a lot of freelance SEO people out there who have done SEO part time on their own for a while and maybe just starting a company or just doing it full time relatively recently. Another question, real big one here, is to ask what's included in your SEO service. We talked in a previous video about some of the aspects of SEO, and there are a lot of things that can go into an SEO service, but every SEO service is different, every SEO company is different, and so you really have to ask to see what's involved. So is your SEO service going to include keyword research? Are they going to evaluate your website to make sure that there aren't problems with it that hold you back and keep your search rankings low? Are they going to do on-page optimization? Are they going to do any sort of link building or anything like that? If you're a local organization, you want to find out if they're going to set up and help you verify local listings on Google Maps and Bing Maps and the other local search rankings or search engines. You're going to want to find out if they're going to do content marketing for you. They're going to create blog posts or videos and how often they're going to create them for you. If they're going to do any social media for you. And if there's going to be any ongoing optimization where they're monitoring your website, monitoring your search rankings, adjusting the optimization, things like that. So lots of different aspects to an SEO service, so you got to make sure you know exactly what they're going to do for you. All right, a fourth question you can ask is ask them for client references. Ask them for the names of the organizations and a phone number to call, and then go ahead and call those companies and ask them if they got the results that they were hoping for, and also how the company was to work with. Were they responsive to your calls and emails? Did they resolve issues quickly? Were there any miscommunications or communication problems with them? You can find those things out by talking with their existing clients. Fifth question, tough question to ask here, but you want to find out if they are an ethical SEO or an ethical SEO agency. There are what are called black hat SEOs out there, people who will promise great results and promise them quickly by doing things that are banned by the search engines and could potentially get your website blocked or banned from Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So it's pretty difficult to find out this straight up. So you got to ask them kind of subtle questions like, have any of your clients gotten in trouble with search engines in the past or gotten any penalties? You can ask them, do you have any special techniques that might get my search engine, get my site ranked more quickly or better? And ask them some specifics about that. Just in the course of your conversation, try to get an idea of whether they stick to strictly to techniques that are approved by the search engines. And last but not least, you want to find out if a potential SEO company understands your organization. So you can ask them, have you done any work for organizations like mine in the past? And ask them about that, and try to find out sort of what kinds of special issues there might be with your particular type of company, and see if they have some insight into that. So that's important too, just to work with somebody who's done work on other organizations in your industry. So that's it. Let me just kind of summarize here, because that was a lot of information there. So 6 questions you can ask. What's your mission? How long have you been in business? What do your SEO services include? Do you have any clients I can contact? Are you an ethical SEO organization? Not sure if you can ask that straight out, but something like that. And do you understand organizations like mine? So there you have it, 6 questions to ask.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Paul. That's a lot of good information. I certainly think that you can get a very good picture of whether or not a SEO company would be a good fit by asking those questions. So thank you for your insight there. And I also want to thank those of you who have watched this video for taking the time to do that. And we invite you to come back and watch more videos where I talk with Paul about search engine marketing and search engine optimization and how it can benefit your organization and website.